The Dode Fox Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Dode Fox Podcast. I'm Ronnie, he's Paul, and at the time we'd usually record the podcast, one of us was watching White Chicks, the other was putting up a Christmas tree. I'll leave it up to you to decide. Like, subscribe and click the notification bell on YouTube. Support the pod by meacoffee.com/Dode Fox Podcast. Listen at dodefoxpodcast.com and follow us on social media. We're at Dode Fox Podcast.
Coming up on this week's episode, the week that was, Hearts Review, Good, Bad and Ugly, Loan Report, Women's Team, Academy Lads, the Tannadice Test, and On This Day with the Arab Archives. It's all coming up on episode 309 of the Dode Fox Podcast.
Hi, this is Maurice Malpas, and you're listening to the Dode Fox Podcast.
So welcome back to the award-winning Dode Fox Podcast with Chairman of the Cammy Devlin Fan Club, Paul McNichol, and Chairman of the John Beaton Fan Club, Ronnie Costello.
No chance. I refuse to believe that these fan clubs exist.
Well, we may as well start by just stating the obvious. That is, of course, two fictitious fan clubs.
Correct. Correct. I hope as well.
Yeah, so a little bit different of a setup for us, providing everything goes to plan. But here we are, staring at each other through a screen and still looking remarkably bang average as always.
Yeah, we need a filter, Rondo. We need a filter.
So we're getting it with the hearts and the dog tongue and getting the
it's
like when you
it's
look
not
at
going to
Leah.
make we look any worse.
It's definitely no. How'd you spend your Saturday? Were you at a game yesterday? What'd you get up to?
What did I get up to? None. I was just bored, pretty much. I think I watched the Wrexham game, that was it. Just bored, Rondo. Missed my football.
Any good?
Nah, not really. Not really. I was flicking between that, a wee bit of the rugby. What other game was there? Oh, there was no other game, was there? Nah, Falkirk, sorry. I was watching a wee bit. I was just pish, Rondo. I was just garbage. I just missed my fix of United.
My mate was the stadium DJ at Murrayfield yesterday, so I'm assuming he had brown brogues on.
Possibly, and we'll not ken what was in that pint tumbler that he was drinking either.
Definitely
Deary me.
pish.
Deary me.
Given you were ticketless today, you didn't get anything in the ballot, despite what some people shall say on social media. Did you get up to anything exciting before the match today?
Personally, didn't I? But I can where you're going with this.
But where am I going?
I had no part in it whatsoever. There may
Were you
be a
watching White Chicks?
I was not watching White Chicks, Rondo.
So that means I
No.
was.
No, well, that's fine.
So what were you doing? That
I
part
was
that you
just,
never done.
I was just like a bear with a sore head because I didn't have tickets to go to the game. It was, I found it incredibly frustrating. And then in the corner of the room, there was a Christmas tree being erected early November. What has the world come to?
Easy peeps, eh?
Exactly. The Ardroth commentator was spot on. GG peeps, man.
I seen, I don't know how I got on this, but somebody's put together the best clips of the Arbroath commentator, and it's when he says, "Oh, he's at the post, he's at the beans on toast." And then says, "It's it. Well done, you pumped what?" It was just fair enough. So Christmas trees have been erected on the
They
9th
have.
of November,
It has, yep. Nothing under it yet.
and you're still in a relationship. Oh, you've got the stockings on. That's different then. That's
Yes.
different.
The Christmas stockings, of course.
Well, you say that. Before we get to the week that was, because there's loads to cover, before we even get to the game, I was in Asai Records last Sunday. I was picking up my copy of the Sargent album from, of course, many moons ago that I danced my wee feet off at the Doghouse back in the day. And I had an Asai version of it, sort of signed by other guys, and it's one of those OB versions or something, so it gets numbered. So I was actually 150 or 150. I think I was last, and I was speaking to I usually go in, and Claire goes round the crates, doesn't care what she's looking for, then picks out a Disney album or some other album, and then sees the price of it and then, well, proverbially shite herself, really.
Correct.
And then I was speaking to the girl and I said, I'm in a Pick a Sergeant album up, bloody blah. And a guy come up and he come round and he says, I listen to your podcast every Monday morning. And I was like, oof. I says, unlucky. He says, no, I really enjoy it. I says, well, just be prepared. There may be a rant for 1 hour in the morning, and it's no me. And he just nodded in appreciation and go, aye, pretty standard. So,
He can.
As usual, forgot his name. Didn't even ask. I've totally forgot, and that's on me. And apologise, but you work in a fine establishment.
You're not good at this name gathering, Rondo. Like this lets you do it on a constant basis.
I'm shite at it. I'm absolutely shite at it. But apologies for that. But he works in a fine establishment. Apart from they've got a 10 with a team up the road, but we'll not mention it. Anyway, the week that was, Paul, there is loads to get through. But two United fans have been doing pretty well recently.
Yeah, they haven't half. So podcast pal Tommy Mackay and hopefully soon to be podcast pal Rob Wilson, they were in Bucharest last weekend representing the Scottish football amputee team in Group D of the Nations League, and they only went and won the thing, Rondo. They defeated Kosovo 4-0 in the first game. Then it was a tight affair in the next match as they defeated Albania 12-0. That then meant that a win against Romania behind enemy lines would be enough for them to secure the trophy, and courtesy of a 4-0 win, they did just that. Tommy scored 2 goals in the 3 games, with 1 each in the games against Albania and Romania, and Rob would find the net 3 times, with 1 against Kosovo and 2 against Albania. All that means that the team now move up into Group C of the Nations League in 2027. A truly outstanding achievement for the lads, Rondo. Quite inspiring, and congratulations to both them and the rest of their teammates. Scotland have won an international trophy. Doesn't it get any better?
Stuff.
Doesn't it get any better?
It really doesn't. Brilliant. Right, let's get through what we can. Apologies right now because I've probably missed some international call-ups, but you'll get the gist of it. Sam Coulthard and Rory Adams have been called up. They're in the latest Scotland under-21 squad. They continue their qualifying campaign against Gibraltar. Wonder how that'll go. And Bulgaria next week. Well done to the boys for that one. Former Dundee United boss Liam Fox has been appointed head coach at American outfit Sporting Club Jacksonville, who will debut in the USL Championship in March 2026. And I'm just going to read you a comment from their press release or their website announcement of such a move. I won't do the accent. Former Hearts and Dundee United boss will bring player-driven attacking philosophy to North Florida's new USL Championship club. Direct quote.
Well, I mean, was that a quote from Liam Fox himself, or was that from the club? Like, what are we talking?
For the club, partly, right off their website.
Well, like in every situation, Rondo, you've got to look on the positive if you want to make the most of it. All joking aside, he was meant to be a really good coach.
Yes.
He just wasn't up to much as a manager for one reason or another. Hey, maybe in time we'll get him on this shitey wee podcast and we could ask him what went wrong and why did you keep selecting that boy between the sticks. But that is done. That is water under the bridge. Time has passed. And I can only wish him all the best who are in the States.
Yeah. Our podcast pal Archie Meekson left Bohemians. He's headed west. He is signed for Sligo Rovers.
Can't have split the G enough, that laddie. He's going to hang about in that country until he's mastered it in 1 gulp.
One of 6 gulps. Owen Sturton's been named in the Scotland 19 squad for their under-19 Euro qualifiers. They're playing Latvia, Lithuania and England next week.
That'll be a good one to look forward to. Certainly the England game.
Oof.
100%.
Any chance for a goal or a win against the old enemy will surely be. We'll celebrate to East Tap-Off, probably.
Think so.
Christian Trapanovsky is in the Macedonia squad. He's along with David Babunski.
Babunski. Well, hopefully Trapanovsky can get some minutes there. That would be bra.
No. Jim Goodwin intends to organise a bounce game to ease captain Ross Graham as striker Max Waters back in action ahead of a hectic December. It'll likely take place after the Falkirk game, given where they are in the recovery. Ryan Strain also out as well. We'll obviously touch on the two that missed out today. But good news that they're getting closer, but I just wish it was even closer.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to rush these things, especially Ross Graham, because that's a recurring injury. Like, I didn't know the injury history of Max Waters at all. Like, I didn't know if this is something that's plagued him for a number of years and whatever. But Ross Graham, he's definitely had issues with the hamstring. So let's just take baby steps in getting these guys back to fitness.
Yeah. And I mean, I sent you a picture this week. The barn that's looking magnificent.
It is, and he's going to look full Steve Dykstra when he gets to the end of the month. If he can grow a touch, that is. Like, he really is. He's if the hamstring goes again, he could head over into another industry altogether. But that's something for him to figure out. But you can.
I'm not sure if he's the longest in the shower, but we'll find out. But what you're alluding to, of course, Paul, is Ross Graham, Will Ferry and Julius Eskison are taking part in Movember. They're raising money to benefit Cojones Scotland, who are dedicated to raising awareness of testicular cancer. If you would like to donate, you could search for Dundee United Movember on GoFundMe, and as of this afternoon when I was checking it, they have exceeded their target already. I'll be honest, lads, I thought your target was a bit low, given you're 3 professional football players, but the more money you can raise is for a brilliant cause, and I mean, Will Ferry will be alright, but like I say, full Seeb Graham, I can't wait to see how that looks.
I can. Like, yeah, like I done it once years and years ago in the work rondo, and it was an absolute disgrace. Like, it really was. There was 5 of us done it. One of us was able to grow a tash, and the other 4 of us, it was just pathetic. Like, absolutely pathetic. Like, we hadn't even took part.
Mine for a while, you were sporting the Triple H handlebar.
No, that was a difficult time in my life. So I don't think I could afford a razor. That's what it was. That was
incredible scenes.
That was around about, actually. That was pre-COVID. That was when we went to the 2010 anniversary dinner at Tynecastle, and there is photographic evidence of me looking slightly more strange than normal. Yeah.
Your words, no mine. So, a Sunday afternoon kickoff in the capital as United was seeking to become the first team to beat the table-topping, the jammiest of jambos, those boys that made us play on a Sunday because the egg-shaped bar was playing on a Saturday. Bastards.
Yes. Yeah, it was always going to be difficult. I wasn't excited, Rondo. I touched on it earlier. I was kind of pissed off. Like, I was just annoyed that I couldn't go today. So I was looking forward to watching it, obviously, but I was just annoyed that I couldn't actually be there. I roared the team on.
Yeah, and on the back of obviously last week coming in, obviously played Motherwell, and last week there was no game, but they'd had an extra bit of time. We were disappointed in the goals. We were disappointed in a bit of the effort. And, you know, when you threw a good, bad and ugly last week, and the good was only, we were another Monday closer to retirement, it told you there wasn't much to take for it. So we need a big improvement going into the day's game. That was for sure.
Yeah, no. And like I think we said it last week, Hearts would have been relishing this because they might have been thinking they were getting us at the right time, because the previous performance for us was miles off it, and that was what was so frustrating about the trip through to Motherwell that night. They were flying, they were at home, obviously almost a full house again for them, so they'd have been rubbing their hands at the prospect of United heading through to Gorgie, but it didn't quite work out that way for them.
Yeah, 3 changes for the home side today, but United, it was interesting changes. Sibbald, we probably could tell with the way it was getting said, it was likely that he was going to probably miss out with the 20 stitches or whatever it was that he's had in his leg. The biggest thing probably being that was close to the chest was Will Ferry missed it with a calf strain.
Yeah, that was completely unexpected. Certainly from my point, I hadn't heard any rumours or gossip. I was kind of thinking the same with Sybil. Like if you've got 20 stitches in a nasty gash, if you will, Rondo, like you're as well missing this game because then you've got a fortnight to get over it and whatever. So yeah, there was no point in risking that. But Will Ferry was definitely a shock.
Yeah, and that was let's say missed out in the. It caught it in the Motherwell game, is what I was trying to say there. So yeah, it was a bit of an interesting. So we went 3-4-3 was back after a bit of a while. Juvo come back in, so it was Kucherenko, Juvo, Brett Esslink was the captain, Christian Carestes, Dario Namo got the nod, played left wing back with Luca at right. It was Vichko and Panucci, Kamara in the middle, and then it was the front three of Satsford, Dolchik and Amar Fatah. And then 8 minutes into the game, we'd stuck the ball in the pokey.
Yes, yeah. Straight away though, I thought it was offside. But it was what I was hoping it was a sign of things to come, and it kind of was. That they were defending like a relatively high line, but we were also looking just to spring that offside trap. And on the day, we just couldn't master it. But it was a good show of intent. It was a good move, great finish. Just a pity it was half a yard offside.
Yeah, Lucas Stevenson here, a real good block for the boy Casaridis. First time I've really watched him. He's a really good player. I liked him, apart from when he was throwing himself on the deck now and again. But I did think he was really good as well. And I think the first 15 minutes it was kind of what to be expected for Hearts, but it was going to be interesting to see how we played, given it's no been great of late. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And in some ways, though, I think most of the expectation was, or if not all, was on Hearts. Like there can't have been many United fans that fancied us today to get much, if anything, at that game. Like I personally wasn't, even though I was pissed off about no getting to go, I wasn't really sure what to. I thought that these are the sort of games that I think kind of suit us a wee bit when the expectation isn't on us, and we can play on the counter attack, and we seem to be quite good at that this season. But yeah, I think at the start of the game, like Hearts might have had more possession, but I didn't feel like they were any more dangerous than us, if at all. I thought that we settled in quite well.
Yeah, I mean, we had obviously the chance, the goal. It's no the goal because it's offside, but certainly after that, Hearts definitely had more chances. Cabor and Braga both went wide. Kucherenko has a save for, I think it's the boy Magnuson. And then 25 minutes in, the corner. I mean, we should do better for the corner, but wow.
Yeah, I mean,
we had the freedom at Tynecastle.
Of course, and you can definitely pick holes in the fact that you've allowed that guy so much space. But Christ Almighty, it's pretty damn unlucky the way that it comes about. Like Kucherenko gets there, he's kind of, if you want a nitpick, he's got there a split second too late. But I didn't blame him. And then it's hit the post, it's hit him in the back, and it's ended up in the net. Like, what can you do about that? Like, that is just sheer bad luck. Although if you listen to Herbs TV, it was a well-worked move for the training ground, apparently. So I don't know again if that was the plan all along to put it in the net off the back of the opposition keeper, but there you go. They seem to think it was.
So it was Hearts TV in the Kabul Council House today, was that?
It was, yeah. It was, couldn't get a United stream at all.
Okay. I'm just in a padded white penitentiary, and I got TV today.
You should be.
Magnificent.
Excellent.
It was fine for that, but yes, short corner routine, like I say, it hits the post, hits Kucherenko, goes in. I just think though, when a boy gets the ball that far out, and I know we do close down, but they're really clever, and that's the only kudos I'll give them for it. They're really clever because they start trying to pin our boys into the box, like the 12, the penalty spot, the 6 yard, so the guy's got out of the room. I still feel though, for that distance, it's got to be special. Is it special? It's a decent strike, and I suppose it's really unlucky. I mean, if Kucherenko doesn't go in, because you know they're half them, but
That's
ultimately
very true.
frustrating.
I just think it's massively frustrating because I didn't think that we deserved to be trailing at that point. But it's just like if that goes for you, I think that you probably look at that and think, well, that was fortunate. So for it to go against you, God, it is a bit of a kick in the bollocks. Like there's no much. As I say, apart from maybe picking up the man initially better and closing, doing a wee bit. But then we did have somebody closing him down. He's just bent a decent shot. It's hit the inside of the post. The keeper's deaf for it. It's hit him in the back. And lo and behold, does it not just roll into our own net? Bad games, but unfortunate.
Obviously, we're quite attuned to giving away the first goal or conceding the first goal. Were you going into, oh no, here we go again territory, or because we've started okay?
No, I wasn't for that very reason, no, Rondo, because I did think that we started okay. Like we didn't. I didn't think we were in any way inferior to what Hearts were on the day. Like we were looking dangerous on the break. Certainly Fatah, he was certainly looking dangerous anytime he got the ball. Sapsford always works his bollocks off. So no, like I thought that if they had got a second goal, I might have changed my tune. But at that point, I was still thinking we've got enough here. We can definitely trouble them.
Yeah, we did have a couple of chances. Fatah running behind. They up the other end of Tannadice, who was really, really dangerous. But we just started to turn it ever so slightly. I know it wasn't Fatah's day in front of goal at times, but he had sort of chances. The one he gets, the one he goes right through, and I think it is ruled out for offside, but like it goes out for a throw in. But it just showed that we're going to get in behind here, Ken. It was starting that was a couple of times already.
Yeah, I mean, you could, I suppose, from a Hearts point of view, you could look at it and say, well, that's great defending because we've always caught them offside here. But from my point of view, I thought this, like, if we keep doing this, something's going to come for this eventually. Because we were playing right on the last man, and we were looking like we were going to get in behind them at some point.
Fatah obviously heads wide, but then we could have had one of those flukiest goal awards when it came off Dolchik for the keeper's clearance, and we saw them going before.
Yes, we have. Yeah, but that's it. Like that's the sort of thing that you want for your players. It's usually Zach that would be the man that would go and close the keeper down or whatever. But the fact that it was Dolchik knocking his pan in, I've not said that for a good few weeks. But he was putting in a shift today as well off the ball, and that's it. Like if you put yourself in that position and the keeper hammers the bar off you, then you just never know what's going to happen. If you didn't put yourself in that position, and the keeper's just going to hoof it up the park, is he? So, yeah, it would have been fortunate if I had went in, but like that's the sort of thing that I would say you make your own luck if that does go in.
And then we win the corner, right on sort of half time. Fatah heads over to take it, and a brilliant move, I suspect, off the training ground, and for once it goes in our favour, and know that we've conceded it off the training ground.
No, it was brilliant. It was a great. You seen it all the way. Like you saw Luca on his own, and you were thinking that would be the bar. But then, how many times do we see that's the obvious bar? But it's not exactly dead simple to get it to him where he needs it to be. But Fatah has put in a great bar right where it needed to be. Luca, a header back across the goal, right into the bottom corner, and I didn't think it was any less than we deserved at that point. And it was a great time to get it as well, right before half time.
Half time whistle goes, and Ivan Dolchik gets booked.
I can't believe that we've barely mentioned that wee arsehole Cammy Devlin, because he wiped out Pan Kamara in the middle of the park. He then wiped out Lucas Stevenson. And then on half time, I didn't see it at the time, but you see it for the replay. Obviously, Dolchik, whether or not he's kicking the ball away because it's the end of the half, or if the whistle hasn't went at that point, and he's genuinely taking a shot for his own half, I'm not sure. But the boy Devlin barges into him. Clearly barges into him in his back. Dolchik does what probably 99% of the world would do in that scenario, and shoves him, and he gets booked, and Cammy Devlin fucking probably smirking up his wee rolled down socks, wee arsehole, up the tunnel, absolutely fucking no punishment for him. None whatsoever. And when we get into the second half, after we've spoken about half time, I will fucking mention a very similar incident that goes unpunished. But anyway, at half time, Rondo, I was delighted. It was probably on the back of what we'd watched at Motherwell. It was quite invigorating to see United perform the way that we we probably all believe that they could have from what we saw earlier in the season. So to put that sort of level of performance in against the league leaders, a team that was flying up until today, it gave us a real spring in the step going in at half time, I thought.
I'll just give him 4 lines of notes that I had at half time, and I'll just read them out for you. It was like Sheety in at times. There was too much space for their goal. Great header from Luca. Tammy Devlin, prick.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was like Sheety in, but I pretty much agree with everything else, especially that fourth point.
That was kind of in order, so it was that spell just before they scored when they had a real rake of chances wide in that.
Yeah,
and I was just jotting doing things as I go, and I was already writing his name. But then when that happened, he got prick added to it. No, that I had to, but Abdi Kens. But you're right.
He just gets away with it. Eh? He gets away with it all the time.
And I'm sure you'll tell her. But yeah, it was such a... I mean, invigorating. Another nice word that he's had out the thesaurus this week. But it was, I mean, I think the big thing was we were matching them, we were battling them, we were going head to head with them, and they were going to have chances, but we were going to have chances, and that was kind of what it was, especially when Sapsels had the ball in the poke. Great finish as well. Amar, although it's offside, could do better with it, but it just gave you a wee fight. We're 1-0 doing, and going in, see, even if we went in at 1-0 doing, and you'd be frustrated because, again, the type of the goal, and we're behind again. But I didn't think it'd be like, oh, fucking hell, we're behind again. I thought. And then we get the goal, and it just gave us that boost going in at half-time, and maybe just tweaked that half-time team talk ever so slightly for Goodwin and that in there. But I think we were doing all right, and I was cheerily looking forward to the second half.
Yeah, no, it was a good game to watch. I felt like, obviously, as United fans, we're heavily invested in it. You're probably up shouting at the commentators, or maybe not in your case because you were on United TV. I was shouting and arguing with the commentators that day, shouting at the ref, getting nothing back. It seemed to be a one-way shouting match, as these things usually turn into, Rondo.
Putting the tinsel up, wrapping tinsel.
But none of that nonsense. But as you say, like, even if we had went in 1-0 down at half-time, I probably would have felt more aggrieved than pissed off, because I didn't think that we merited being a goal behind. So no, similar to you again, I was looking forward to the second half, and I do wonder, we'll never know, I guess, how much of that equaliser changed potential plans at half time. Like when you look at the bench today, it was quite inexperienced, but I do wonder if that altered the manager's thinking, if he was going to make a subby at half time, or if he was going to maybe change something up, which ultimately never happened.
Hearts did, though. They done 2 changes at half time. Again, does United's goal make the changes happen? Who knows?
Yeah, I think so. I think that we gave them a lot more to worry about than they probably thought we were going to give them. And seeing as we're now into the second half, Rondo, one thing that really pissed me off was when Bert Esselink and the boy Braga was on the sideline, and whether or not it's a foul, whatever, the boy Braga's rolling about the deck. Bert's kind of nicked the bar. Well, I probably kicked it off of him, and Braga just kind of shoved him in the balls. Now, it was very similar, I thought, to what Dolchik got booked for. And there was nothing. There was no retribution, no punishment. It was just a foul that hurts, and Braga got up and got on with it. Just one example of the standard of the referee in the day, I thought.
It was quite something, to say the least. He'll keep, though. Thought as the second half went on, although they probably had a lot more of the ball, they didn't create very little, and we were certainly looking awfully dangerous on the break. And when Satsford skinned the boy Finlay and then cut it across, and that was close. You see the lines drawn, that was close.
Yeah, it really was. Although at the time I did think it was just off. So, and then when you see the replay, it is close, but he is offside. Even though the replay, we didn't get the camera angle straight in line, which probably frustrates a lot of Scottish football fans. But it was a brilliant wee bit of skill for Zach to drive into that position, skin the boy, absolutely skin him, and lay the ball across for Amar to be Johnny on the spot and stick the ball in the net. But ultimately there was no celebrating in the living room because it was clearly offside in my opinion. So that was another end that was so near yet so far.
Then Satsford had the ball in the net again, and again the flag was up.
Yeah, and this time, Rondo, he was only a mile offside, so there was no need to draw any lines. I think Abdi and their granny was able to see that he was miles offside. But again, like we were a threat. Like we were continuing to threaten them. Like you could argue, well, he's a mile off for that, but the other two, like there's no much in it. On another day, that goes your way, and you just time you run a wee bit better, or the bar played through is just a wee bit quicker. You never know. If my auntie had pass. I can you like that.
Fair play.
I can you like that.
Yeah, there was obviously a wee bit going on. I don't know what Hearts TV's take on it, but there was a wee bit of suggestion, certainly for Scott and Dave, that the over dramatic performance for, I think it was possibly one of the assistants on the Hearts bench, that had maybe been told that it was going to be 3 minutes at a time, and I think they took umbrage at that in the second half. Now, I will be honest, I was a wee bit surprised there was only 3 minutes at a time in there. But again, I think we held firm under that pressure that they did put us on. Although we had an out ball, I think we probably just it's weird to say we struggled to create when we've had goals chopped off for offside, but you know what I mean? Just they were sort of getting closer and closer, but I thought we defended really, really well. Really well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I don't feel like that Hearts thought they could throw everything and the kitchen sink, if you will, at it, because they knew that we were dangerous going the other way. Like we had Fatah, who I thought was excellent on the day. Dolchik was kind of coming in and out of the game, but we all know what he's capable of, and so will Hearts, because he scored both times against them last season. And Zach, like anybody in Scottish football must be aware of Zach Satsford. Now he's clearly a good player, and he could also cause you bother. So I think Hearts were doing their best, obviously, to try and get the winner, but they couldn't just go gung-ho, because I think they feared getting picked off at the other end.
Before we move on to some extra talking points, let's just take that full-time result of 1-1. Got to be happy, eh?
Very happy with the result. Delighted with the performance. Although it's a results business, isn't it? Like, so if you play shite and you get 1-1, then you're just delighted with the result. But it was the fact that we've played so poorly for what felt like a few weeks now, to put in that level of performance away at arguably the most difficult place to go currently, to put that level of performance in, and that you could, if you want to put a tangerine slant on the way that you view the match, you could argue that we were unlucky not to get all three. But I think anybody probably would have took a point before the game. So very happy today with the point and the performance.
Do you want some stats, or do you want to discuss the referee in that Hearts number 14?
Go for it. Whatever. Stats, ref, 14.
So this is probably more of how well United defended, and especially the back three. Hearts had, you'll love this phrase, 81 box entries, or entries into United's final third. They had 21 crosses into the box, but ultimately, and this is the key thing, only 2 shots on target. Because I thought bodies were going on the line, heads were going on Baz, hands were nearly going on Baz, knee. I just thought we were so much more solid, resolute, and really battling for each other today. 100%.
Yeah, same. What about the ref?
Stats.
Let's bury the ref. Let's bury him.
It's the inconsistencies that we mentioned.
Can I raise one thing that really, really boiled my piss? No so much the lack of a booking for Cammy Devlin. The booking administered to Amar Fatah for Devon. Maybe you'll correct me, Rondo, and I could be looking at this through the most tangerine-tinted specs in the history of the universe. I don't think he divs. I think he falls or slips or maybe just gets pushed over a wee bit, but it's not. I wasn't even shouting for a penalty. And I don't think anybody was shouting for a penalty. And then he tries to get up and get on with it. And before he's even up, the card's out. I've never seen a premeditated yellow card so much as that. It was absolutely ridiculous. Why did he feel the need to book him? But I honestly, I didn't even think Hearts players thought it was a div. And then about 10 or 10 minutes later, the boy Braga goes down in United's box. And it's, again, play on. And now that I thought that was a div. Now, again, my glasses are questionable lenses at times, but I thought he's dived there. He has absolutely dived because he's kicked the United man to make it look like he's been caught and he's thrown himself. Nothing. Play on. Really poor in that moment.
Again, it's the inconsistencies of, I mean, I'm no defending John Beaton here, right?
Please don't.
I think Dolchik's book it. No, I think Dolchik's booking on the half time. I didn't think he obviously sees the Devlin side of it, right? Whatever. But some of the fouls he gave, or bookings he would then administer, or then wouldn't, it was incredible today. It was just absolutely incredible. You know, and fucking that number 14, holy shit, right? He's an arsehole, right? He's a pain in the arse. Type of boy you actually half want in your team. No him, but the type of him. He goes, Dario Namo puts in a brilliant tackle on the touchline on him. He's rolling about off the pitch, doesn't get it, funnily enough, manages to jump up. Then is apparently showing either the linesman or the referee that he's trying to say he went and studs up. See if you had actual shin gears on, mate. You might be all right. It might not hurt you so much. Oh, he's a dick.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Not great. That a good shout for you mentioning Dario, though. I thought Dario was excellent today, considering he came in kind of out the cold. I mean, he's had bit parts here and there, but that was his first 90 minutes, I'm pretty sure. And I thought he was excellent.
Yes.
And I like Will Ferry. Big fan of Will Ferry. I don't think that we missed him today with Dario slotting into that position. And before the game, when I saw that, I was a wee bit worried, thinking that might be where they target us. But he handled pretty much everything. He made some good last gasp tackles as well in the box. And as you said a couple of minutes ago, he was one of the guys that was throwing himself in the way of shots. I thought he was fantastic today.
Yeah. No, again, it was one of them sort of team performances you kind of need. I thought, again, going back to that two in the field, they need to be bang at it for that to work. And I thought they both were bang at it. They done the dirty work. They got the ball out when they had to. And you know what? Sometimes you just put your foot through the bar to clear it. Get that shite out of there, as my mate used to shout at the Fevs. Again, just punt up the park. Just get a breathing space. But I thought they were really good, and especially with how Sybil's played of late as well. You know, I don't know if we didn't miss them, but the two of them went back to when we've seen them play together before, and it felt like, again, he covered every blade of grass. They put their foot in where it hurts, because Visco got a couple the day. He took a couple of bannings. Not that MD got booked for them, obviously, until the boy Halkett finally got booked for his 8th foul of the day. But it was a really good performance. That 6 games in a row we've conceded first. We've got a draw against the league leaders who are playing really well. It's the away game you didn't want just now. But I thought we really stood up, and again, we've got to mention it. No subbies today.
Yeah.
Because it would have forced a change of shape, I think. Injuries are creeped up ever so slightly. That's 5 out just now. You know, we'll get fully fit, we'll get firing again. We could get back to how we were playing before, but ultimately, I think it's a massive point on the road. You know, could were they there for the take-in? I don't know. 3 offside goals maybe tell you different. That we could have ran out 3-1 winners, but I don't know.
I think a draw was probably
nailing none to that mast yet.
Nah, of course. I think a draw is a fair result, but it's a good point. I think it's a good point for us. They'll probably admit that it was a good point for them, but I think on the day it probably was. And like, we're obviously recording this just after 6 o'clock. Like, boys are still in their car coming home. I've no idea what the managers have said, but I'd be very surprised if the pair of them didn't kind of agree that a draw was a fair result today. I'm going to give it to Amar Fatah, because I feel sorry for him for getting booked for nothing. But I thought that he looked dangerous almost any time he got the ball. And I think Hearts were more than aware that he was a danger and he was a threat. So I thought when he was in the game today, we looked good going forward. So I'm going to give it to young Amar.
Yeah, I thought again, we know what Jim Goodwin's message to Ivan Dolchik's been for a couple of weeks. No seen much action, but like you're saying, it was seen that for him the day. Starts for a wee bit more awareness in the offsides, and Amar just, see when Amar's like the real end product of that final, just gets it, can beat a boy, get the cross in. But you saw it the day, look at that corner, just, no fizz, but just a beautiful, talking like I ken how he hit it in a hand, but he just hit it well.
The laddie's talented, Rondo. He's a talented player.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Anything else you want to mention for the game of the day? Anything else getting your goat?
No, I'm relatively pleased with this afternoon's work for the team.
Good. No game next week, obviously. Scotland in action, hopefully to qualify, so it'll be Falkirk the week after with that big bruising centre half, probably. Good, bad and ugly then, Paul.
Good, bad and ugly, Rondo. He caught us on the hop, forgot to write it, but the good this week is obviously we've got back to a level of performance that I think that all Arabs believe that we can produce. Now, whether or not we're going to produce it consistently, I have no idea. But it was really, really telling today for me that I think we kind of went out with an intention, well, this is what we're going to do, rather than being too concerned or overly worried about what the opposition were going to do. And it kind of worked for us. The bad, we've spoke about it, the refereeing performance was poor. And Hearts will argue the same, I would imagine, because we got some fouls I didn't think were fouls. We picked up some bookings that were absolutely not some bookings. And the ref, he's got to be better. And the ugly, Rondo, it's got to be the fact that they cut our allocation down to like 627 or something. It doesn't get any uglier than that. And it means that I've got to go to the Kabul Kunsthochschule on a Sunday afternoon when I'm willing, ready, able and available to travel. So it's quite disappointing. Ugly stuff though.
Yeah. Just a quick look at the table before we look at Buy Me a Coffee this week. Hearts are still top of the table, 12 played, 30 points. Celtic played 11, 23 points. Hibs and Rangers both on 18 points. Falkirk 16, Motherwell 15, United on 14, Aberdeen 11, St Mirren and Killie on 10, Dundee on 9 and Livy on 8. I'm assuming then it finished 4-0 to Celtic this afternoon. Then Rangers won 3-0 at Dens, and it was 1-1 with Aberdeen and Motherwell. Again, they preview for next week. But buy me a coffee then, Paul.
Buy me a coffee, Rondo. So Chris McEwen bought a coffee. Our best, Ronnie and Paul, thank you for your weekly dose of all things United. Scott Blackburn for Piob Moore, which is Gaelic for great pipes, Rondo. You no doubt you can't that because you're a very, very intellectual man. But he bought 3 coffees this week. A coffee each for you lads for having to speak about that shite show at Motherwell last week, and an extra one, just for the fucking sake of it. Alan Pace also bought 3 coffees. Gents, love listening to you guys every week. Live up in Sheepland, so nice to hear some sense talked now and again. Paul, a special thanks to you, helping my son Connor get some interviews for his college work. I'm so jealous of the legends he got to speak to. Enjoy the coffees. You're very welcome, Alan. And Stevie Ross, he bought 2 coffees. Stevie Ross is the, what can we say, the Maradona of the walking football world? Rondo, is that what we're going to call this man?
The gaffer.
The gaffer. Who's the best player manager we can think of? I can't think of anybody. But anyway, Stevie Ross, the top man. Looking forward to the live show. It's been too long. Mind and put a shout out to the Scotland amputee team who bossed it in Romania with a couple of Arabs in their squad and on the score sheet. Well done to Tommy and Rob. Stevie, already done, buddy. And thank you very much to everyone for buying the coffees this week.
Indeed. Let's get into the Tannadice Test then, because after a good result, we need a bit more fun. Round number 1, as always, is player profile, and at least this week, Paul can't look at my sheet, because that's what he normally has a wee peek at.
Less for you.
Born March 27th, 1993, a 5'8" midfielder, was signed on August the 4th, 2017 by Ray McKinnon, and went on to play 36 times for United, scoring 5 goals.
5'8" midfielder, Ray McKinnon.
Could be Ray McKinnon.
That'll not be Ray McKinnon. I was thinking Paul McMullen at first, but he played more than 30 odd games.
He's not 5'8".
Was he 4'8"?
About that. He would get under
5'8".
your Christmas tree.
I didn't have a Christmas tree. Midfielder. Tony Andrew? Nah, he scored more than 5 goals. I don't can, Rondo. I don't can.
If I gave you a clue and said he was born in Aberdeen, would that help you any?
Cammy Smith?
Fraser Fivey.
Fraser Fivey. Oh, what might have been if he hadn't got injured?
Oh, tell us
Making
about
that stupid tackle against Livingston.
it.
Yeah, and he's out injured again. I think he's still at Cove, is he? But he's not played for ages. Still injured.
Yeah.
Good player on his day, Rondo.
Very good. Round number 2, higher or lower? Robbie Winters made 149 appearances for United, but, and you'll hear a go at us for this,
No doubt.
are Dennis Gillespie's goals for United higher or lower? Now, if you can your United history,
Maybe you did, right, so 142 appearances. So did he? So did Dennis
149.
Gillespie? Sorry, 149. So did Dennis Gillespie score more than 149? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say just under.
Well, you are correct. It is lower. Dennis scored 115 goals for United.
Well, I mean, it's just under. Good scoring record, though. Fair play, Dennis.
Very. Now, round number 3 is when we have a lot more fun than
I don't
normal.
like that. I don't like that smirk on your puss right now, Rondo.
So, I'm going to let you use your calculator for this time. Now, this would have worked much better if you were in the same room, so I ken you're definitely not cheating. I'm looking for the honesty box here. So, you'll need to
looking for a bit
open.
of paper.
No, you might need that and that. But you could type it out because you'll need your calculator. That's what I'm telling you here, right?
Okay.
So, calculator's on. United's starting lineup against Falkirk on the opening day of this season was as follows: Kucherenko, Esselink, Jovu, Karestes, Kamara, Papo, Vichko, Sibbald, Dolchik, Sapsford, Lars. What I want you to do, Paul, is tell me, what number do you get if you add up all their squad numbers?
Wait and shite. I thought it was going to be age. Oh.
This is easier than age.
Right, so go through the team again. Karestes, right. Okay.
Kucherenko,
Right, Kucherenko, right. Okay. Next in.
Esselin, Jovo,
Okay.
Karestes,
What number? See, you got a hair number. Okay.
Kamara,
Mm-hmm.
Papo,
He's got a hair number. Okay.
Vichko,
Mm-hmm.
Sibbald,
Mm-hmm.
Dolchik, who would have been subbed at the derby apparently,
That was the gaffer.
Sapsford, and Waters.
Waters. What number's Waters? And that's them all.
That's the starting 11. What number
So
do
do
you
you-
get if you add up all their squad numbers?
I get 166.
Okay.
How far out am I?
166. Well, we'll lock that in. I'll run through the numbers for you.
Yeah,
Kucherenko, 1.
correct.
Bert,
3,
correct. Jovo,
4,
yep. Tannadice Test?
I've got 23.
Correct. Tamara?
Okay. 8.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Papo?
70.
Correct. Vichko?
5.
Sebald?
14.
Correct. Dolchak?
19.
Correct. Sapsford?
No share. I put 9 down, and then you said Waters, and I was like, oh, I think he's
Correct.
maybe 9. Is it 9? Well,
Sapsford 9.
Waters I've got 10.
Waters 10. He's not 10.
Number is he?
6.
Oh, miles out.
He was meant to be 10. He got announced as 10, but wore 36. He's wore 36 last season. So the number you were looking for was 192.
That was a cliffhanger right down to the last end, Rondo. I was doing all right there.
Yeah.
I'm glad his fucking hamstring went. But 32.
He just hamstrung you.
Jeez.
That's what he did. Right, number 4 of the fun. Also played for dead easy this week. Dead easy. FC Eindhoven. Fortuna Sittard. Petrolul Ploiesti. Rapid
Made up.
Bucharesti. MVV Maastricht. Top Os. Grindavik. And KSK Hasselt.
I mean, you've put 3 make-up teams in there, Rondo. Melchester Rovers were on the next on your list, were they?
Could have been.
Christ, what would that be? What would that be?
I'll give you another clue. He actually
Dutch.
signed for a team.
He's got to be
Didn't
Dutch.
play for them. And then signed for us. And they're not on that list. Because they've no fair like Thailand or something. Yeah.
Is
he
he
signed
Dutch?
for them, didn't play for them, then signed for us. He is Dutch.
Right, okay. So I don't know whether to go Frank van der Struik or even further back, like a Guy Steinman or something.
It's not Geese. It's not him.
I'm thinking Frank, but it's a fucking guess.
It's a good guess.
Miles it.
It's not right. It's roughly the same time, though. Patrick and Coy. Apart from that screamer he scored. Round number 5. Who am I? I was a one-season wonder for United. I guarantee you that is up on that fucking first line. I made 37 appearances. I scored 9, 6 of them for the spot. I made my United debut in a European game. My first league debut against Livingston, and I scored my first United goal against a Jim Goodwin team. I've scored against United once in my career, and yes, you've guessed it, it was a penalty. I've got 13 caps for my country. My middle name is Terence. Who am I?
Jeez. I'm thinking Billy Mackay, but I'm pretty sure he scored more than once against United, and that's the reason that we didn't like him.
Once against United.
That's what I'm thinking, but I can't think of anybody else. Plus, was it really a one-season wonder when he was there?
They might be playing on that. He might have only been there a season, but but he done all right. Wonders maybe a bit. When it comes out, there might be comments. Let's just put it that way.
It was 9 goals. One season. I can't think. I've got nothing, Rondo, because it's no Billy Mackay. I can't, it's no him, but I've got nothing.
And the only clue I'll give you is it's recent, as in after Billy Mackay. You're out of here. You've no idea of it. You've gave up with you.
Did you say he played in Europe for us?
He made his United debut in a European game, his league
so-
debut against Livingston, and scored his first United goal against a Jim Goodwin team.
Lee Miller? I don't want it to be him. I'm glad it's not him. That would have pissed me off. And it's been a half-decent day. What is it then, Rondo? What is it?
It is, still playing at the moment, Jamie McGrath.
Out class. That would have been his debut.
Yeah. Scored against Aberdeen.
I mean, it was one season. There was a lot of penalties.
I wonder. I effectively spelt it out for you.
It's a wonder that we got relegated.
Oh,
with that wage bill and whatever. Well, fair dues. I would never have got that. I was barking up the wrong trees.
They were indeed. The fun-filled Tannadice Test will be back next week. Right, what's been happening on the loan report and our other teams and all that jazz?
Right, wait till you get to the women's report, by the way, Rondo. It's a beezer this week. But we'll start with the loan report as always. Miller Thompson at Ross County. Never played again, not in the squad again, but this is due to Miller having an ankle injury at present. The Airdrie Cooperative Agreement, no comment. Rory Adams at East Fife. It would be a long trip down to Dumfries on Saturday for Rory, and it would be an even longer trip back as his East Fife team got scalped 3-0 for the Doonhamers. He did get the full 90 minutes, but was badly exposed at times by his defence. Lewis O'Donnell at Cove Rangers. It was top against bottom on Saturday as Cove travelled up to Inverness, and once again Lewis would start this one. In what was a relatively one-sided game, Lewis would get 82 minutes before being withdrawn, and Inverness won the match 1-0. Cove are set for the drop, Rondo. Charlie Dewar at Alloa. It was a trip up the coast to Montrose on Saturday for Alloa, and what more can I say about Charlie this season? He has again played the full 90 minutes at the heart of the Alloa defence and has again helped them to a clean sheet. Alloa would win the match 4-0, and that was a result that has kept them firmly on the coattails of leaders Inverness. Lewis Haldane at Cowdenbeath. Bench. Unused sub. Waste of time. Bad loan move for the lad. Bring him home. The Academy lads. 3 games to tell you about this past week. On Monday, the under-15s defeated AM Soccer under-16s 3-2 at Foundation Park. Then on Tuesday and Friday, the under-19s, then under-17s would both play the Rangers, and both games would be won by the most horrible team on the planet. The Rangers under-19s won 3-1 with Calvin Beattie scoring our goal, and their under-17s would win 4-2 with Jack Anderson scoring both United's goals. This coming week, the B team are in action up in Inverness, and that will likely be a very young side, before the under-17s are at home to Hibs on Friday evening. The women's team, Rondo. I said I wasn't sure what to expect last week when the team headed through to Perth to play St Johnstone, but what was served up was a cracker. As starts go, however, it was as bad as it could be, as after 2 minutes United were already trailing. United did have a number of chances in the first half, but unbelievably went in at the break 2-0 down. The troops needed rallied, and that is exactly what Susie did, but just no for the get-go. In 48 minutes, St Johnstone scored again and looked to have an unassailable 3-0 lead in the game. Worry not though, the towel may have been in the hand, but it was never thrown in. The comeback started in 51 minutes when Callie Bowman was put through and slid the ball into the back of the net. Then in 71 minutes, Leo's schoolmate, Lila Marney, pulled another goal back to give the team some real belief. Every United fan loves the number 83, and in the 83rd minute, Lila Marney scored again as she bundled home a loose ball in the box, and the match was tied at 3-3. What could possibly happen next, Rondo? Just 1 minute later, and United win a penalty. Stepped forward the incredible Danny Finlay to hopefully put the side ahead. But had the bus, Rondo. She only went and bloody missed. Wonders will never cease. Still, you canna keep a good woman down, and the very next minute Danny picked the ball up about 25 yards from goal, touched it to the side of her opponent and smashed it into the top corner. A goal fit to win any game, and that is exactly what this goal was. The winner. 4-3 to the good guys after having been 3-0 down. Superb. As for St Johnstone, up them. Also in this game though, Rondo, Captain Robin Smith made her comeback from injury. She'd been out for 532 days after suffering a ruptured ACL and torn meniscus, something that I'm sure Rondo, the medical marvel, would have tried to convince us all he would simply have walked off. So congratulations to her on getting back from that terrible injury and getting back on the pitch for the last 17 minutes. It was also the Scottish Cup third-round draw last week, and the ladies were drawn at home to Ross Vale. Never heard of them, probably stinking. That one takes place on Sunday the 7th of December.
Poetry, Paul. Pure poetry.
Thought so.
So, after we've been banging on about it now for a few weeks, but after 2.5 years, just forget about the podcast recordings because these are a different beast altogether. The Dode Fox live show is back Friday 30th of January at the Bonner Hall. It is our biggest show yet. It is officially now our biggest show yet. You can join us for an evening with Andy McLaren and Robbie Winters. Tickets are on sale, dodefoxpodcast.com, and I'm not making it up. There's literally 20 tickets left. Like, that's all there is. It will be our biggest show, just under 500 people into the Bonner Hall. It's going to be incredible. Paul's going to take his top off. We're going to hear about country hooks and loads of other stuff. I can't wait.
Most of that was true, Rondo, but the tap isn't coming off. but as you've said, like we can't believe it. All joking aside, we can't believe the buy-in that you guys that are coming along on the night have basically backed the event. So we can't say thank you enough to you. And like it's genuinely not a sales pitch. Like, if you want to be there, please make sure that you get your ticket pretty soon because there are only 20 tickets left, and then that'll be it. So thank you again, and we can't wait.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Andy and Robbie are sure to have plenty of stories, given they've also got a mutual pal at Charlie Miller. What could possibly go wrong? So, yes, really looking forward to it. And like Paul says, it's not a sales pitch. There is literally 20, it might be 21 at this time. But that's all we've got, and it will be a complete sellout, and it will be it's already our biggest show yet, and we appreciate every single one of you for spending a bit of cash and coming along. It's going to be a brilliant night. Really looking forward to it. We're back doing on Tuesday on a wee recce of the space, and we thought we'd signed up for a gymnastics class, given what was going on.
Yes, we did. And I had a bad background to that. Would have completely gubbed us. So
you're turning to do the forward row or me? Neither, mate. Move on. So,
it's not happening.
Really looking forward to it. So, dodefoxpodcast.com. Head to the tickets tab. On this day then, in association with the Arab Archive, preserving the history of Dundee United Football Club since 2006, 10th of November is our focus today, and I'm just glancing and making sure I've actually updated this for last week. Yes, I have. 1984, we were at Dens, as United avenged their earlier loss to Dundee with a dominant 2-0 victory, showcasing their best league performance of the season so far. Goals from Richard Gough and Tommy Coyne secured the win. To 1990, despite Rangers' early dominance and Alan Main's impressive goalkeeping, United secured a 2-1 victory at Ibrox. Duncan Ferguson, making his debut, played a crucial role in the first goal. Alex Cullen's assist set up the winner. Both goals scored by Darren Jackson. This marked United's third victory at Ibrox since 1986 and Rangers' first home defeat of the season. United dominated the match against Killie at Tannadice in 2007, securing a 2-0 victory. Despite a strong start and numerous chances, United only led 1-0 at half-time through Noel Hunt. He then missed a penalty 5 minutes before full-time. He then turned provider as his cross was turned home by Prince Bobbin. Our final game this week is from 2018 up in the Highlands, as United secured a crucial 1-0 victory over Ross County. Paul Watson scored a decisive goal. Despite County's early dominance and numerous chances, United's defence held firm, aided by a strong performance for goalkeeper Benji Siegrist. The win brought United within 1 point of Ross County in the Championship title race. They'll no need to bother about that this season, they'll either playing. And stop laughing at the back. Signings. Just the one this week, Paul. I'll give you a lot of what, so they're probably kind of feature on the Tannadice Test. We won't want to tell you here. Our signing this week had actually been with United as a youth player, but then went to St Mirren, Bastia, Crystal Palace and Bolton Wanderers. He was also a Scotland under-21 international, but not long after he signed for United, he suffered a horrendous injury and didn't make a complete recovery until midway through the next campaign. He played in the latter half of the 2002 season, but then left to join Brentford. On this day 2000, Paul, who did we sign?
Not a clue.
Jamie Fullerton.
Jamie Fullerton. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, got a really bad injury. Really bad injury.
Oh, yeah. That's the boy that broke his foot right in front of the dugouts, is it no?
All of the above. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a horror injury. I remember that.
Really,
Jeez, oh.
really bad in, yeah. No birthdays.
You'd have worked it off, though, eh?
I don't know, maybe have to shark it off a wee bit here, a wee wander around the pitch. Bit of
Punch.
water on it.
Scoosh. Get on with
bit
it.
of sawdust, maybe. Kind of like the Johnny always used to do. Just a bit of sawdust needed for that. So
Did the matter the occasion? The sawdust was there.
Weird. It was awfully weird, that. I'm pretty sure when I broke my nose, he was coming with sawdust. I'm like, I'm all right. I'm sure I'll be all right. Episode 309 is done and dusted. You can find out more. DodeFoxPodcast.com. You can get your tickets on there as well. You can follow us on the socials for Dode Fox Podcast. Don't forget you can like, subscribe, and click that notification bell on YouTube. We are hurtling towards 1,000 subscribers on there as well. And once again, thank you very much to everyone who does support the pod as well. buymeacoffee.com/Dode Fox Podcast. Do have a great week. Stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands and your arsehole.